Are you craving a trip on Space Mountain? Well, we've got the next best thing. Welcome to Disney Coast to Coast.
Hey folks, and welcome to Disney Coast to Coast. I'm Jeff DePaoli.
And I'm Patrick Dougal.
And today we have so much to get through, so we're going to jump right into it. As usual. It's ridiculous the amount of news that comes out in 1 week's period. It's crazy. But do you want to, anything at Walt Disney World that you want to mention real quick before we jump into our main topics?
Sure, yeah. I know we've talked about this quite a lot, is My Magic Plus and My Magic Bands and everything. And yes. We were saying how, soon maybe they'll get to the park hopping and maybe we'll get more than 3 fast passes. Well, that time is here. You can actually now pick fast passes at more than just the one park you're going to. And now, even after you use up all your 3 fast passes, you can go back to a kiosk and get another one, and then continue that throughout the day.
And it's
just you can only get one at a time.
Okay.
Yeah, but you can now get more than 3. And
How's this
park hop?
How's the situation as far as signing up for stuff in the park? Like, are you doing it on your phone mostly, or do they still have a lot of people standing around?
Now, however, you can do your first 3 on your phone, but once you're going to get the next one, you have to do it in an in-park kiosk.
Okay, which means going up to a human, correct? Like, they don't have anything automated yet.
No.
Okay, cool. I have to say, I'm really impressed with how quickly they're fixing, if that's the word you want to use, My Magic Plus. They really seem to be taking the visitor notes and just really making it happen pretty quickly. It's impressive. And hopefully, once it gets over here to Disneyland, all the kinks will be worked out. And I think it'll be even easier over here since we have the 2 parks right next to each other. And frankly, if they had rolled it out over here, I think they would have had even more problems, because I think park hopping over here is much more common. I can't even imagine.
I don't think they would have even done the different park hopping one day, one park thing.
Yeah, it was probably very smart to start at the World for that. So yeah, the hopping, you can add more passes, and they have a fun little commercial out there if you want to YouTube it, of people trying to use their magic bands in real life situations, which happens, sadly. Yeah. When I came back from Walt Disney World, I was like, and my watch is not a magic band. Oops.
No, you can't pay for things.
You can't.
You gotta use real money.
Real money. Shucks. Quick update here. Disneyland. Apparently, Little Mermaid ride, we had spoken recently about them updating it a bit for the 60th anniversary. Looks like the black light under the sea sequence is in there, and Ariel's got some real hair in the Kiss the Girl sequence, and the big Ursula, I keep saying Ursula lately, Ursula death scene is not in there yet. So hopefully they're not finished with these updates. Hopefully those Ursula death scenes were not rumors, and hopefully they'll be in there soon.
Are they just gonna take, well, I don't know if you know, but are they just gonna take that one room and change it? Are they gonna add an addition to it?
From what I understand, they were gonna cut and this could all be rumors, but the wedding sequence at the end, since it's a large room, they were going to supposedly cut that space in half and use half of it for the Ursula thing and then half for the wedding. So we'll see what happens there. And they have little updates and touches here and there throughout it. And there are some 60th anniversary rumors that I'm hearing. Apparently backstage, they have cleared space for costumes, because apparently some Main Street Electrical Parade costumes are going to be returning to Disneyland for the 60th anniversary. Complete rumors. I don't know how true or factual this is, but apparently we're getting that and not Spectrum Magic.
Ding, 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 ding.
That was the worst. I love it. And, okay, so this is crazy. This Frozen phenomenon just does not seem to be going away.
Nope.
Because I've read people tweeting about this, and I've done some research, and it seems to be true. Apparently, Disney stores throughout the world, you have a limit of 2 Frozen items that you can purchase at a time, and in the parks, it's 5 Frozen items at a time. And then the dresses, tell about the dresses. This is crazy.
Well, I know they're out of dresses completely in the world and the theme parks. Although I think you can still get them at Bippity, but that's a crazy extra charge because you got to do the whole package.
Mm-hmm.
But at Disney stores, they are raffling off these Elsa dresses because they only get so much in at a time, and you have to win one to buy one.
It's so crazy. So you put your name in a raffle for free. If you win the raffle, you get to pay for the dress.
Now, I know I read about the park thing with the limit. It's not 5 frozen items in general. It's 5 identical frozen items.
Oh, okay.
So you can't buy like 5 of the same frozen items.
You know what? Then I think that's super generous. Who the heck needs 5 of the same thing? If you're
I don't
doing
know
that,
why you would need 5.
You're putting it on eBay.
T-shirts, but yeah,
you're just putting it on eBay if that's the case. So that's crazy. But just what an interesting little phenomenon.
Unless you have 6 girls who want to be Elsa, one of them is going to be an Anna. Sorry.
Well, I just think it's funny that, you know, it would be a funny visual if, like, in the store they have, like, the Elsa dresses and it's just, like, empty, and then there's, like, a whole stock full of Anna dresses. It's like, nobody wants that. Oh, crazy. Speaking of Elsa, though, you have some exciting news.
Yes. It's kind of like I said, the Frozen craze is not dying down at all.
And they're jumping on it so quickly. That's what's so wonderful.
So quick. If you guys do not watch Once Upon a Time, or you probably already heard that the season finale of Once Upon a Time pretty much shadowing that the next season, Elsa / Frozen will be coming to the show. Now, this is perfect timing just because the craze is still happening. And it so happened that Once Upon a Time's ratings have been slowly dying. And I know people who haven't even watched the show who have seen this clip and now kind of want to get into the show.
Now, there was this was a complete shock, right? There was
apparently none, even in the script, they wrote a different scene, so the cast had no clue either.
Oh, wow. Yeah. So let me, how much did you freak out when you were, because you're a big Once Upon a Time fan in general.
I mean, I still watch. I love the first season, but like I said, it has slowly been dying down.
Yeah, I dropped it after the first season. I watched the full first season, and during the second, I was just like, I can't do this anymore.
Yeah, I stuck with it, and I was just like, I don't know if I was shocked or I was just like, really? Like, really? I was confused. Mostly.
Is Ariel on there yet? Because I remember.
Oh yeah, Ariel's been on there.
Okay, I remember them teasing the whole Ariel thing for a long time, and it took forever for it to actually happen. But
no, Ariel has definitely on there. Now, one of the things I'm looking forward to maybe-ish is if you've seen the scene, she looks mad.
Oh,
she didn't let it go.
Yeah,
and I'm wondering if they're gonna play her off as a villain.
That would be an interesting choice, especially since they're probably going to bring Anna in there, so they'll probably still have the Elsa-Anna relationship of good and bad, so that'll be interesting.
Yeah.
Anywho, so that's the news. Anything else going on in the world before we jump into our main topics today?
No. Mine Train is soft opening-ish.
We'll talk about Mine Train later, because I had quite a Mine Train experience.
Oh, did
recently.
You?
Yes, it was awesome.
All
but
right.
We'll try and get to that today, if not next time. But let's jump into Harambe Nights, which is happening at the Animal Kingdom this summer.
Yes, there was a big media event about Animal Kingdom, and we know that Mickey's Jammin' Jungle is closing.
The parade, right?
Festival of the Lion King is opening back up in June at a new Harambe Theater. But with all that happening, they're also introducing some new entertainment opportunities. One of them being this Harambe Nights during the summer. Now, Harambe Nights is on Saturdays only in the summer, and it's an extra ticketed event at night. Now, the price is $119, which
That's not even the top one. The top is $134,
which is way more than a normal day at any of the parks.
And it's only 3.5 hours long. It's 7 to 10:30.
This is just a night event. Now, what it entails is almost like, if you want to call it like candlelight during Christmas, but it is a retelling of the Lion King story with a celebrity narrator. I know some people on the list are like Viola Davis and
David Allen Greer.
David Allen Greer, yeah.
And my friend, whom I worked with before, Montego Glover, Tony nominated for, what was her show? Memphis, I think.
And
Memphis.
Bettina Miller from Circus.
From what? Oh,
Pippin.
from Pippin. From Circus.
Circus musical.
Oh, that's hilarious.
Yeah. So, It's $119 for this retelling. It comes with food and drink, but that better be some really good food and drink.
Yeah, it's now Candlelight Processional. That's not separate ticket, is it?
No, that's completely free at Epcot.
Yeah, that's during park hours. Same with ours here. Although I think they do sell tickets to it if you want like VIP seats, but you can also see it for free. Yeah, I thought that the price was a bit steep. It kind of reminded me of a D23 event. When I heard it, I was like, oh, so we're going that direction in the parks now. All right. The Lion King concert in the wild is apparently it's close to an hour long. But it takes place in the space where the Lion King, what's called the Lion King Celebration? Or
Festival of the Lion King.
Festival of the Lion King takes place in the park during the day. So my guess
it's going to be in this new Harambe theater. Yeah,
so it's probably using the same props. I mean, I'm sure it's a cool production. It's just, I don't know. $119.
Online. Someone's going to film it.
Yeah, that's true. And frankly, if I was going to spend $119, I'd be like, I'd go to New York and see Newsies. Like, that's what it comes down to.
So you get you get $119, you get the show, you get food and drink, and then afterwards there's like, you go out in the streets of Africa and there's like this street party with characters and still walkers. But like I said, it's only 3 hours, so.
Yeah, that's not like super, super long for that price.
But if you're coming to Disney and it's your one-time thing and you're on a Saturday and you want to stay at Animal Kingdom, Harambe Nights.
Yeah, I'm curious to see how it does.
Harambe Nights. Now, besides Harambe Nights, we have some other entertainment opportunities coming to Animal Kingdom just during day operations. One of our newest ones is this Winged Encounters?
Winged Encounters, yeah.
So they're marketing it as a show, but what I've been hearing is more so a happening kind of.
Okay.
What it is they have these one section of Animal Kingdom is going to be like netted almost, and they're just going to let a whole bunch of birds fly around.
Okay.
So it's basically like a giant atrium, I guess.
And correct me if I'm wrong, I believe it's taking place of, because there's already a bird show there, and I think it's taking the place of that, is it not?
Yes, but that one has like a theater. This is going to be like on the walkway. Like,
okay.
You'll just have a bunch of birds flying overhead for a specific amount of time.
We'll see how messy that gets.
Yeah, we'll see like if they'll be doing like tricks or if they're just going to be flying around. But what it seems like to me is it's just like a happening.
Okay, cool.
Show than a show.
It's nice to see them making some nice advances at the Animal Kingdom, considering it's kind of been left alone for quite a while there.
Oh, yeah. Now, one of the most excited things I'm looking forward to, I don't know if you heard about it, is the Rivers of Light show.
Yes. Their world of color. They're essentially getting an Animal Kingdom world of color. Yeah,
if on the Discovery River, we're gonna have the Rivers of Light on the Discovery River. And it's going to include live music, floating lanterns, water screens.
Live music?
Live music.
Really?
Yeah.
So there's going to be performers?
Yes.
So maybe it's closer to Fantasmic than it is World of Color.
Possibly. I mean, there's not going to be like a stage or anything. I think it's mostly going to be the water screens and the animal imagery. But in the concept art, it looks like there are performers on boats. Kind of, maybe like Fantasmic.
Very cool.
Yeah.
That's nice to hear.
So yeah, live music, floating lanterns, water screens. If you go look at the concept art for Rivers of Light show, it looks pretty cool.
Yeah, and one of the things that they had made like a big deal out of when they broke ground for Avatar was that Animal Kingdom was going to become a full day park with nighttime activities. And it seems like we don't even, excuse me, almost cough. Well, I did cough now. It seems like they're not even waiting for Avatar. They are starting to make Animal Kingdom a nighttime place, which is cool.
And we're going to have this, plus they're going to be starting, I think we talked about for the nighttime Kilimanjaro Safaris.
Yeah. When is that going to start?
They still haven't released a date. I assume when all this other stuff... I mean, Wings seems easier to start and, begin.
Yeah.
But I think Rivers of Light still not a ways off, but... soon.
Yeah, that'll be a while.
Very soon.
Cool. Shall we jump on to the big anniversary over at Walt Disney World? Hollywood Studios, 25th anniversary. Yay!
25 years old. Started off at MGM. Now we're Hollywood Studios.
Yeah. And you were there. So
yes, I was there all day.
The fireworks show was incredible. I saw it on YouTube.
There's a bunch of stuff going on. At 10 a.m. they had a little opening ceremony with the president of Hollywood Studios. Mickey and Minnie came out. They had the citizens of Hollywood there. They did a handprint ceremony kind of thing.
Who got their handprints?
It was Mickey, some cast members who've been there since opening day, and then one crazy tourist lady.
Oh, but they're not putting those in front of Grauman's, are they?
I don't think so.
Are they going to be among Liza Minnelli and Rick Moranis? Because that would be crazy.
Right,
I mean, maybe Mickey Mouse would.
Yeah. So they had a little opening ceremony. Then I ran to the They had a whole soundstage set up for 25th merchandise, which I waited pretty much an hour and a half long to buy merchandise.
What did you get?
I bought a 25th t-shirt and a 25th polo.
You grabbed me a map, right?
Yeah. They gave out special maps and buttons.
Good.
So I have those.
Yay. That's fun. Well, that's exciting. I Disney Hollywood Studios, as a kid, it was my absolute favorite Disney park, just because I was such a Hollywood kid and really wanted to be living there. And I was like, it's amazing. So I love Hollywood Studios. But yeah, the fireworks show blew my mind. I had seen fireworks at Hollywood Studios as a kid back when it was Disney MGM. I think I was there on Thanksgiving, and they did a special fireworks show, which is a rarity at the Hollywood Studios. So it's kind of cool to see the fireworks at that venue. It was kind of just like a review of all the attractions in the park, right? All the music was from all
it's basically 25 years of Hollywood Studios.
Although there was no Doug Live music in there.
No.
Seriously, how much would you have flipped out? You would have dropped the camera.
It was great, though.
It was a really spectacular fireworks show, and more fireworks coming back to the Hollywood Studios pretty soon for Star Wars weekends. Which is really cool. They're
starting to do fireworks more and more over there, which I do. Like I said, you do really like it over there. I think it's because they're so close over there. Like they're in your face at Hollywood Studios. They shoot them off right behind the park.
I was actually wondering that as I was watching. I was like, I wonder where they actually shoot these things off, because Epcot's really close and they got water around them. So yeah, I guess it's right backstage there. So it's crazy. On top of that, they had a special parade that day, right? A motorcade parade?
Yeah, they had the Hollywood Studios Stars motorcade parade, and it was, what it is, they took like all the most popular characters from Hollywood Studios, had them go down, the Hollywood Studios, would I call it Main Street?
Sunset Boulevard?
Yeah, sure. Sunset Boulevard. They got to the hat stage, all the characters.
No, Sunset's where the tower is. I think it's Hollywood Boulevard is the Main Street.
Okay, yeah. So they went up to the stage, all the characters got on the stage, and everyone got one whole picture. They all posed of all the stars of Hollywood Studios.
I kind of wish that the Earful Tower would become the icon of the Hollywood Studios again. I know that the big sorcerer hat has become the icon, but I don't know. I love the Earful Tower.
Yeah.
It's good stuff. So the parade, the fireworks, the merchandise, the presentation sounds like a pretty awesome day at the Hollywood Studios. One of the things that I was most excited about was I finally got a trivia question answered that I have literally been searching for years, and it's basically because of the 25th anniversary of Hollywood Studios that this happened. So Disney Blog, like every day, was posting stuff about the history of Hollywood Studios. And one day they mentioned Residential Street, which if you remember, Residential Street was this street of all these facades, these fake houses that were part of the studio tour back when there actually was like a full-fledged studio tour. If you're not familiar with this, it's where the Lights, Motors, Action Stunt show is now. They knocked down that street for that show. But in any case, one of the facades on this street was the home of the Golden Girls. And this is going to sound so weird, but it bothered me for so long because they showed this house. They made a big deal out of it on the studio tour. But Disney MGM Studios opened in 1989. Golden Girls was on TV in 1985. So I was always like, what's the deal with this? Is this a fake house that they just put up for the tour? Did they actually ever shoot here? Because they definitely presented it as if it were from the show. And so thankfully, somebody from the Walt Disney World Library and Research Center answered my question on the blog, and we got an answer. The original house was indeed in California, but it was built in 1988 in Florida before the park opened for the park, and they did actually use it for shooting as well. So So I can rest easier now knowing this, and I hope that you can too. I'm sure nobody else even thought about this, but I gotta tell
Only you.
I even asked Dave Smith, head of Disney Archives, about this, and he had no idea. I've asked so many people this question, and it felt like they always kind of sloughed me off. So I actually just assumed it was built for the theme park, never used for shooting, and they just wanted to present it as if it were. That's the impression I always got. But it sounds like it was actually used for shooting, so I can rest easier.
There you go.
Yay.
We all know.
We all know. The more you know. So while you were at the studios, did you check out the Maleficent preview going on?
I did.
What did you think?
It was interesting. They had a little, almost documentary kind of short in front of it with, the actors talking about...
What?
Oh, you didn't have that?
Oh, no, we didn't get that.
You went straight into the exclusive...
Well, it was interesting because... correct me if I'm wrong. Yours is at the... If you don't know what we're talking about, they're showing about 10 minutes of the film Maleficent in the parks, basically as a promotional thing for the movie. And for you, it's just in a theater at the Hollywood Studios, correct?
It's in the... I think it used to be where Sounds Dangerous used to be, the ABC.
Ours was kind of interesting because it's in the It's Tough to Be a Bug theater, and so they incorporated some of the effects from It's Tough to Be a Bug into our showing, which was really cool. In fact, I was with a friend who kind of leaned over to me during it and was like, I kind of want to see the entire movie in here. It was pretty darn cool. And I was,
what happened?
And It's Tough to Be a Bug, how, you can feel the bugs running under your butt and they sting you, and they use the fog, and they definitely use the wind and the lighting and stuff. So they kind of created a 4D Maleficent experience, which was really cool. And I immediately thought to myself, I'm like, I don't think Patrick is getting this experience, because I think it's just in you didn't even use the Muppet Vision Theater. You just had a normal theater, correct?
Yeah, it was completely normal.
Maybe that's why you get the bonus of the behind the scenes thing. So okay. So what kind of how long was the interviews?
It was 2-3 minutes.
Oh, okay. Yeah, they didn't show that. And then the film was about 10 minutes, right, that they showed?
Yeah, and then it was now you can put on your 3D glasses. And then
interesting. Yeah, so the overall Maleficent, as we've discussed, we're a little bit scared as to what's going to happen with it. But the thing they keep showing, it was pretty much what they showed at D23,
yeah,
don't you
it was
think?
the whole classic scene we know where she casts the spell on Aurora in the beginning.
Which is a phenomenal scene. My fear is, since they keep showing that one over and over again, that's the best scene in the movie. I mean, I've seen that scene so many times now, and I love it. Except for the fact that they renamed Flora, Fauna, and Merryweather for no apparent reason.
Well, that was my first thing. My first problem when I first saw it at D23 is I didn't like the CGI on them.
Oh, yeah.
At all.
Yeah, I don't know if it bothered me that much. The performance that Angelina Jolie gives in that scene is just incredible.
Yeah, it's amazing.
And once again, when I keep seeing those beautifully dramatic scenes, I feel like it's going to be a great movie. And then I start seeing CG trees in battle, and I'm just like, I'm going to hate this part of the movie. So it didn't really change my opinion much about it, but it's pretty cool. If you're in the parks, I definitely say check out the Maleficent preview.
Yeah, my whole concern with the movie is I want her to be a villain, and I think this is one of those movies where they're like, oh, she was just misunderstood.
Oh, it's completely wicked. Yes. Yeah.
And I'm like, ugh, no, Maleficent's just pure evil.
No. No, there's always a reason behind it. Didn't you see Star Wars Episode 3? There's a reason. Okay, so speaking of Maleficent, Patrick, there's an interesting casting choice that happened for the Disney Channel original movie Descendants about the children of the Disney villains. You've heard, yes?
I have. Now, it's kind of a shock to me at first, but I get it. I think I know why they did it now.
Okay, Kristen Chenoweth, Broadway star Kristen Chenoweth, Tony Award winner on the TV show Pushing Daisies and Glee, tons of movies, has been cast. And for me, when I think Maleficent, I think that beautiful, low, well, creepy voice. And Kristen Chenoweth, I would say, has quite the opposite voice. Would you not say?
No, completely opposite.
Yeah, and she's
most high nasally voice ever.
Yeah. In fact, I would picture her as one of the fairies over, you know.
Yeah.
So I think what they're going for here, and I think it's very smart, is there's no way you can compare her and Angelina Jolie in these two roles. Angelina is going to do the classic version we're used to. Kristen's probably going to take it in a more comedic fashion. And there's just no way you can compare the two. Whereas if you tried to get somebody, obviously Angelina Jolie is not going to do a Disney Channel original movie. But if you tried to get somebody like her to do it, all that would happen is everybody would compare the two of them. So I think it's kind of smart. I don't know.
Have you heard of the... I was reading into it, and it looks like we're going to get Maleficent's daughter, Jafar's son, the Evil Queen's daughter, Cruella de Vil's son, and Belle and Beast's son.
Jeez. This is crazy. It's going to be awesome.
We'll see how that turns out.
Yeah,
I assume it's going to be a musical.
I was just going to say, I think the fact that we now know that Kristen Chenoweth is part of the cast, I think that solidifies the fact it's Kristen Chenoweth and Kenny Ortega, man who directed High School Musical trilogy, Newsies, Hocus Pocus. Like, I think it's pretty clear, even though they're not saying it's a musical, there will definitely be music in the film, regardless of whether or not it's a musical.
It has to.
So it's kind of cool, but it's an interesting casting choice that I think at first sight you're just like, what? And I think it's even more interesting because Kristen Chenoweth is really well known for playing Galinda in the musical Wicked. So she's kind of known as like the good witch. And now she'll be taking on the role closer to Elphaba. She'll be the evil witch. So it should be cool to see.
Yep.
Yeah. And I think that's next year sometime that comes out.
Yeah, I think 2015.
Okay, well, surprise, surprise, Patrick. We've run out of time, and I haven't even gotten to my trip to Walt Disney Imagineering.
Next time.
So I think we're going to have to bump that to next week. Would you agree?
I would agree.
Yeah, I don't want to rush through it, because it was an awesome day at Walt Disney Imagineering, where they did a presentation about the Seven Dwarfs Mine Train. So you're going to have to come back and listen next week to get that. But of course, we cannot end an episode without some trivia, right?
Mm-hmm.
So, do you want to hit me up first, or shall I hit you?
I'll hit you first, sir.
Ow! Ow, don't hit me. Go.
This is kind of a future trivia question.
Okay, I'll take it. Kristen Chenoweth, is that the answer?
No, since we're talking about Animal Kingdom a lot today.
Okay.
And we have Avatar Land still in the works.
Mm-hmm.
Do you happen to know the names of the flying dragon-like creatures that we'll soon be able to ride in 2017?
Oh, don't even. I fell asleep during Avatar. I'm not an Avatar fan at all.
Okay, they're called Banshees.
Banshees?
Yes. Speaking
Speaking of dragons, I was going to mention this during the Walt Disney Imagineering section, but since you brought up dragons, I will mention it now. So, of course, we had the opportunity to speak to some Imagineers at this event, and there were a bunch of them together, and I said to them, hey guys, what's going on with the dragon that you opened with New Fantasyland? And they gave me this look, and they were just like, what dragon? And so it was kind of like with a wink and a nod, and so it was really... The ants, I mean, clearly they knew what I was talking about, and they knew that I knew what they were talking about. It was an interesting way that they responded to it. And it kind of gave me the impression of there are some big plans for that dragon. So I think, yeah, it was really funny. What dragon? Wink, nod. Pretty awesome. That actually got me excited.
How cool if they used it for, like, the Maleficent, like, world premiere or something.
Oh, it would be so cool. And they were like, oh, did you get to see it? And I was like, no, I mean, I've only seen video of it. I'm like, I wish I'd been driving through Glendale when they were testing that thing. That would have been amazing. And they're like, it's spectacular, is all that they could say. They're like, it's spectacular.
Yeah, but when they were announcing the Harambe Nights stuff, obviously they talked a little bit more about Avatar coming to Animal Kingdom, and they're talking about how they're gonna recreate the floating mountains in the bioluminescence forest, and the fact that they showed 3 second clip of this riding a banshee, and it looks to me like it'd be some Soarin' type ride.
Soarin' type thing. Yeah, they keep promising new technology. We'll see. I'm sure it'll be amazing. What is it? It's like 2 or 3 years away, right? 2017?
Yes. Did we talk about the idea of a planes ride coming and the technology with that?
Planes like Cars planes?
Yeah.
No, I don't even want to hear about that.
No. That it wouldn't. It was like a concept, but it was this new like circular. I feel like we talked about it. Maybe we didn't.
No, let's remember that and discuss later because I have heard nothing about this.
Anyway, hit me with some trivia.
I'm gonna hit you. Boom, boom, 1, 2. Okay, this one is about Tokyo Disneysea, which neither of us have been to, but we're both very much excited about. But Tokyo Disneysea, come to find out, some of the concepts that they used for that park were actually based on another project that they were working on, a different theme park that never came to fruition. Do you have any idea where that theme park was supposed to be located? Never happened, and they ended up using some of it for Tokyo Disneysea.
Was it a Disney park?
Yeah, it was going to be a Disney park. The Imagineers were doing it, and it just never happened. I'll give you a hint. Would you like a hint?
I would like a hint.
It was supposed to be before, in fact, it would have been in place of Disney California Adventure. So Disney California Adventure was not supposed to happen. This other thing was supposed to happen in a different location.
I have no idea.
It was the harbor in Long Beach, California. They were going to build a park basically like right on the ocean. And it was going to be, like kind of like a Disneysea. And so Long Beach, if you're not familiar with it, is not too far from Disneyland. But it was, it was going to be essentially a second Disney theme park in California, just not on the Disneyland Resort property.
Weird.
And it never happened. Yeah, it was kind of interesting. It never happened, and some of the concepts went to Tokyo Disneysea. So it's kind of awesome. I know. Kind of cool. Anywho, I think that's going to do it for us this week. Folks, thanks for listening to Disney Coast to Coast. We will catch you next time. Bye, Patrick.
See you later.
Thanks for listening to Disney Coast to Coast. Have a magical day.